So hi, my name's Colleen Hughes. I'm the beverage director for the Tony Dandel Brown Restaurant Group. I oversee the bar here at Supperland, and Supperland is just a wonderful space. I've been with this company over 14 years now, which makes me a little scared to say. I kind of grew into mixology. Definitely was one of the first people in Charlotte really engaging in it, and for a lot of the time in the beginning I was self-taught. Fortunately, now and over the last several years, I've had a lot of opportunities to go out and learn things from the real masters. And I like to make drinks that on the outside are seemingly simple, but as you are experiencing, as you're enjoying it, the drink actually changes in the glass. Sometimes that is by dilution, sometimes it is as it warms, sometimes it's as it cools. But I like when a cocktail tastes a little bit different every single time you take a sip of it until you reach the end, and hopefully you get to take it as an experiential journey as opposed to just sitting there and drinking a drink and not thinking about it. So I like to think of us as a modern cocktail bar with a very strong focus on reducing our waste, as well as adding a lot of molecular and kind of fun ingredients to what we do every day. But at the end of the day, these are cocktails. I just want people to drink them and enjoy them and come to the bar and relax and have a good time. I don't want them to have to really think too hard when they're here. Just feel comfortable that when they know they show up to Supperland, they're gonna get handed a delicious cocktail by someone who is fundamentally very nice.
It really is a privilege to know her, work with her, be a friend, have her be somebody that I, come to with all my cocktail questions, because again, she is extremely knowledgeable on everything that is cocktail. Colleen is cocktail.
Woke up to a text from Allie Papajohn, who helps manage our social media, and it just said congrats or congratulations or something like that. And I was kind of like, for why? I had literally just woken up, and she sent me the thing, and she's like, you got nominated for a James Beard Award. And she sent me the link, and I read it, and I freaked out slightly. I think I screamed my boyfriend awake because he was still very much asleep. And then, yeah, it was just, I was very overwhelmed. It was a really cool experience. And then right after that happened, then my phone started blowing up and all that. I actually stumbled into my first ever craft cocktail bar in Atlanta. And I had, up until that point, never thought about cocktails as something more than sort of the simplified drinks that I knew how to make, and seeing what people were doing and seeing that they were using different kinds of ice and ingredients, especially here, that I couldn't get or didn't know what they were, and I just found the whole thing fascinating. So I came home and I bought a bunch of books, and I started reading and learning, and maybe 6-8 months later started doing our first little simplified cocktail menus for the restaurants. And literally just because I was interested in it, I thought it was cool. I never, especially then, ever thought that this was going to be my career path. I just found it interesting and kept learning. And fortunately, I worked for some people, Jeff and Jamie, who are really keen on investing in people's passion. Who was kind of getting in on the sort of ground floor of this movement back then, and I just wanted to learn as much as I could, and I really took it very seriously. Underneath our bar, we do have a speakeasy, and what we do down there is a very sort of specific line of service. It's a cocktail tasting menu. And cocktail tasting menus are a very rare form of service. There's only a handful of places that really do them as a part of their everyday in the world. And majority of those are going to be in Europe and Asia. I had first found out about the idea of doing a cocktail tasting menu probably 6 or 7 years ago. I took a class on them at Tales of the Cocktail, and I thought it was a great idea to take volume out of the equation and really make a very guest-centric experience. It's 2 bartenders to 10 people. We can really engage and deliver things that we can't normally do in our super high volume bars. So we really do get very deep into sort of more molecular techniques, but we also give a lot of education and explanation about not just what they're drinking, but how we conceptualized it and the individual spirits and items that we use in the cocktails. It really is very interactive. We, as the bar team, write our cocktail menus in advance. The kitchen and our wonderful chef team actually pair the food to the drinks, so the drinks are meant to sort of stay at the center of the experience. And it really is a very cool and unique way of interacting with a cocktail and really kind of understanding why we think it's very important instead of just reading it on a menu. It's kind of like half dinner and a show and half like education and drinking at the same time. So it really is a fun and unusual experience down there. Yeah, it's been amazing. I'm very lucky to have a very close set of friends who have been there with me through the whole thing. And yeah, and then of course our astounding team of bartenders at Supperland. They are amazing. Nice to see. They don't call it in. They really do work very hard to learn as much as they can, which is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I guess. Yeah, it's awesome.